one said, the most important type of communication is hearing what isn't said. How often do we say we hear something, when in reality we are not actually listening? Secret forms of communication happen every day. Take my friends, for example. On Thursday, my friend Brett gets off at the first bus stop. He sprints down to his mom to get a thumbs up or thumbs down. That determines if we can play or not. We look through the window to see if he gives us a thumbs up or thumbs down. After getting off the bus, if we can play, we sprint down to Macy's house and stop and wait for her to look out the window and give her the secret signal. After that, after she comes out, we all run down to Brett's house and play. Adults in our generation always tell us we are not very good communicators. However, children are good communicators. It's just that adults aren't listening as carefully as they should be. Pretend is one beautiful form of communication that's often forgotten. Kids are the best at pretend, and we think that sometimes adults forget their imagination. Pretend play is making something up with your mind. As children, we do this every day without even thinking about it. We have invented a few games. One is called Bear. In this game, the end goal is to ride the bear but not fall off. We played this with our neighbor who was watching us, and she pretended to be the bear. It was so fun that we had a blast playing it. In fact, we didn't even know until we were up all night playing it that night. Many of our communication styles are so soft, we think adults have forgotten a lot of our communication. My brother has also created this game called Meps, which he plays at home. The Meps are little purple Pac-Men with green eyes that control him. Recess is also a time where pretend games run free. Cambia's Treacherous Measures is a game where we act like we're on 1,000,000-foot rock walls, and when we're on the monkey bars, we pretend that we're swinging above giant puffy llamas that were covered in cotton candy spikes, which can sometimes leave you in a pickle. Speaking of pickles, we play American Pickle Warrior. We have obstacles that we have to go through to pass. If we fall, we are out. Parents, you may know this TV show as American Ninja Warrior, but we revised it and used our imagination to make this game come true. A second communication children are good at and adults have forgotten is empathy. To us, empathy means feeling the feelings of someone else. Adults always say, put yourself in someone else's shoes, but sometimes they don't do that. Sometimes when adults push us, they forget that our shoes are still very small. For example, during a sporting event, parents may expect you to do better. While kids are thinking, I'm 10 years old. How can I possibly throw faster or swim faster or catch better? In just one day, sometimes what they ask us to do is impossible. In addition, sometimes words of encouragement lack empathy too. There have been moments where an adult has told me, you can do better, however that sometimes causes me to do worse at whatever activity I'm participating in. I think sometimes adults are trying to shoot, but they miss. In this case, communication with words does not help. Kids often realize that because we are kids, we need help. Therefore, when we see someone in need, we naturally help them. We do not get frustrated. When adults see a kid in need, sometimes they become more easily frustrated and say things like, figure it out on your own or toughen up, buttercup. Another example of empathy is when I was sitting in the classroom and saw that I was the only one at my table of 5 kids. All the other kids asked him what had happened and why he was crying. He said there was an issue and he was getting blamed for it, even though he didn't do it. As I comforted him, he slowly started to feel better. I told him not to worry. I also told him if he knew in his heart that he didn't do it, then I believed him. Being wrongfully accused happens a lot as a kid, and I understood him completely. There was a student last year in my class who got frustrated easily during writing and would have a hard time not moving past her mistakes. And I would go over and tell her that mistakes can teach you new things. I also bought her tissue when she started crying. I can relate to this because writing is not my thing either, and sometimes frustrates me to the point of tears. Many adults constantly think that kids are on their phones and cannot communicate verbally. We are in an age where adults only think kid communication is technology like texting, Tumblr, Snapchat, FaceTime, Facebook, and Instagram. But we know better. We know that kids are communicating in powerful ways. You just have to stop and listen. Listen not only with your eyes, but learn to listen with your hearts.